Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter Critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, giving my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today, I am very excited to be checking out the, I haven't actually looked at this, 5th most popular project on all of games, that is Spell Wars, a fast-paced strategy card game, a fast-paced party game inspired by the 8 Scrolls of Magic from D&D Simple Rules, Diverse Outcome. So it is a party game. Okay. Wow, that gets me actually way more excited about it. And the reason why is that when I hear the name Spell Wars, it's a very generic name, and it also makes the game more difficult to find. Like when I go to Board Game Geek, I see Epic Spell Wars, massively popular game by the way, which is literally just satirizing, this style game, and then there's Spell Wars collectible card game. And so I don't know if this one is actually on Board Game Geek, but you get what I'm saying. It's going to be harder to find this game, even if you type in Spell Wars game. You're still going to pop up with 2 other titles potentially before you. It just makes it more difficult to find your game. Ask me how I know. I made a board game called Help Wanted. And then it's like, oh yeah, that wasn't the best. But as always, let me look at the main image. I do like the fact that I know it's a party game. So it's a simple deck box. I know what I'm getting here. I feel like there's a lot of wasted space. All this black space right here where we could have instead have zoomed in on a lot of the text on the cards, because it looks like there's a good deal of text on the cards, and I'm excited to see the cards. I'm excited to see what kind of game this is. I'm excited to know the player count. You say it's a party game. Does that mean 10 players, 12 players, 16 players, an unlimited amount of players? I feel like not mentioning that, especially in a party game, is a misstep. What's the time like? What's the age? I wish there's some more information that I feel like could be conveyed here. They do say simple rules, though. Diverse outcomes and entertaining gameplay. Yeah, I would hope it's entertaining gameplay. That's the kind of thing where I don't feel like you really need to tell me. I just assume if you have it up on Kickstarter, it's an entertaining game. But anywho, this has already raised $13,000 of its $3,000 funding goal. It's going to happen. As always, when we go into the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go. I like that main image. I just like that design. A fast-paced strategy card game with limitless outcomes inspired by the 8 Schools of Magic from D&D. Play the favorite game of the Angsorthan half-dragon nobles. Okay. Card. 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 Hey, here's some cards. That's not typically an approach I see too often on Kickstarter videos, and I see the reason why. I'm underwhelmed. Like, I feel like this time would be much better used to tell me, like, what the kind of the gameplay is going to look like, or like, oh, this person plays this card, so this does something else, aside from just card, fancy cloud, card, fancy cloud. It gives me the vibe that, like, oh, hey, look at our nice artwork. And I'm like, hey, I don't care. There's lots of nice artwork and lots of things on Kickstarter that aren't very good. I'd like to see the good stuff, not the artwork. So I get the deal. You're going to be drawing cards, discarding cards. It looks like cards are going to be like a life point system or something like that. You hit me with it already. So, the first thing that comes to my mind right now, honestly, is I'm surprised that with this video, this is doing so well. It's at $13,000, which makes me think that there's something else going on here. This is not people just here purely for this game. There's some other reason. They like this creator, or the artist is famous, or this person has a YouTube channel, something like that. And we see this all the time on Kickstarter. Either that, or they're getting fuzzy with the numbers. But we'll find out as we progress. Because, yeah, this thing launched off. Bam. So 10 grand first day, 3,000 the next day. Nice. So doing good. So 3 created. Accumulator of Thoughts, publisher of indie RPG projects. So we have Elder Brain support, and that is most likely where we're probably getting that big boost off. Yeah, 1,900 people here, 1,600 people here. A high-level D&D adventure and setting in the Underwater Kingdom. So I wonder if this is something that is mentioned in these, potentially. A community-driven 5e, so let's just make sure people got their stuff. I'm going to guess so. If they're building some great brand loyalty here, bringing these people back. Day one. So let's make sure people got their stuff. It's a book. Holiday gift packs, wonderful minds of the pools. Did people get their stuff? That's all I want to know. Shipping update. Hey, I backed the PDF version. I've decided to upgrade to the physical book. So the physical books, I like to see my card of the Outbreaker model early. Is that possible? So this one is not out yet. Okay. Just wondering when the project will be completed shipped. The estimated delivery date for all the physical goods is November 2023. Okay, so it's coming out next year. It's a book. Let's check this book. Is it out? Black Friday discount, 40%. Yeah, probably. I've backed over 250 products. It's my favorite and best valued early bird special for $25. Great product and story. Thanks. Wow, that's a banger of a quote. That's great. Okay, so one book out, one book pending. Can you do it? Yeah, they can probably do that. Looks like a tuck box of cards. It's not really that hard to do that. You could get on the Game Crafter right now, make yourself a game, put in the artwork, bada boom, no problem. So, tuck box of cards, can you do it? Yeah, I already feel comfortable. They've done stuff before, and a tuck box of cards is not difficult. Yes, I'm in. Do I want it? No, not yet. 2 to 4 players. What? Okay, so now I'm upset. Like, you have actually upset me because I was excited because this is a fast-paced party game. However, when you lead off with 2 to 4 players, that's not a fast-paced, that's not a party game. Like, no. Like, in my mind, 2 to 4 player count, party game, nope, doesn't work. I need at least, I think at a bare minimum, 6 if we're going to start talking about a party game. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I think 5's pushing it. I think 6 if we're talking like a straight-up party game, which is what you led off with. Literally, the 4th word, a fast-paced party game. So, that's, and here's the other thing. As I watched the video of the cards, I wasn't getting party game vibes at all. Like, ooh, discard 2 cards. Party. Drink. Like, what? Each player masters the 8 schools of magic to defeat their opponents by dealing enough damage to reduce their hit points to 0. The deck comprises 64 cards, 8 cards for each of the 8 schools of magic found in Dungeons & Dragons. Each of the 8 cards has 2 different effects that allow for an almost unlimited combination of strategic decisions and outcomes. Dual-use cards. Once again, I wish that was mentioned on the marquee. I think that's a fantastic thing to mention. Dual-use cards. And maybe get rid of the party game thing if this is not a party game, unless you're using party in the sense of, like, your Dungeons & Dragons party, but that's not what it looks like at all. Spell Wars was originally a stretch goal in our Kickstarter campaign for Torch the Spellholder. Okay. But it remained locked, so they didn't hit the stretch goal on that. So they're hoping, and so that would explain why this got the big bump up on day 1, because there's a bunch of people who are like, oh, we didn't hit that stretch goal, and we funded it day 1. I actually think that's a really clever idea of them, to move it from point A to point B, and that's great. So kudos for them. I think that's a really smart idea. Nonetheless, that's like a half-point upgrade bump up for me, because once again, I'm always looking at this from a couple different perspectives. Like, did they do a good job running the Kickstarter? And I feel like that was a really smart move. Kudos. Nonetheless, we love this easy-to-play and complex party game. Stop it! And had so much fun playtesting it, we decided to bring it to life, so we created a dedicated Kickstarter campaign for it. To reach our funding goal, the game was featured a metagame, and the torrents of something, or how it works. You must eliminate your opponents by dealing enough damage to reduce their hit points. Is this so? Is there a video? Here we go. Example of gameplay. Fantastic. Looks very appy, which, whatever. That's fine. Let's say app, as in application, by the way. Counterspell, Force Shield, Conjuration, so stuff, things. Hopefully there's a straight-up how-to-play video somewhere. Reward tiers. $25 for a tuck box. Ooh-wee. Now, it is a 64-card tuck box. It's a 52-card playing deck, so it's slightly larger than that, but yikes. Because we haven't even got to the shipping yet. So if the Spell Wars party set, what makes this a party set? Nothing says party set like pins. Become a Spell Wars party host with this reward team. Keep track of all the players' hit points with a custom designed D10s. Hey, here's dice to help you keep track of your score. They keep safe in a special Spell Wars dice bag. Share your devotion to the game in the hive with a custom stick. Those aren't even pins. Oh, there's a pin and stickers. Nothing says party like dice bag, D10s, pins, and stickers. Boy, howdy. I can't imagine this being the most popular pledge level. I just can't. Now, typically, I would say this would probably be the most popular pledge level because this is the big one. But yikes, that is not a pledge that I think is going to appeal to a lot of people. But then again, the people that are here are people that were so gaga about their original Kickstarter that they came from that Kickstarter specifically to make this game. So all bets are off, but I still have a feeling that this $25 one is going to be very close to the premium one. Let's go. Because $30 for a couple D10s, a dice bag, and some crap that you're going to throw away. Like, come on. And I say that in the nicest way, but when's the last time that you really cherished one of your pins you got on Kickstarter? You know, I got stickers. I got a sticker ceiling right up here. I just stick them up there, boom, they're gone. Like, I don't know. Let's check it out. So, 81 people back in here. 55 is Sanity Prevail. 23. Sanity prevails. But once again, that shows you that this is a terrible pledge level. And it really is. Like, this is just one of those ones you're like, ugh. Like, why? Like, these are add-ons. These are giveaways, honestly. Hey, we made some stickers, throwing them in there. Not $30. $30. And these dice, like, A, you didn't zoom in on them so I could admire the details if there were, and B, they look super generic. Like, I feel like I could get on Alibaba and pop these things out no problem. Like, honestly, this looks super generic. Maybe that's from a card or something like that, but that looks like a super generic pin. Like, some rando stickers, some dice. Like, this does not, like, not a fan. Not a fan of that pledge level. And once again, this right here, there's something I call was this the early bird? Spell Wars Party Set, the 45, so 150. So that was all the early people. Man, still at 45 too. Just, because we haven't even gotten to the shipping. Stretch goals, embossed card deck box with metallic ink foil. Fancy box, fancy cards. Are these cards larger than standard cards? I don't know. Unique card designs for all 64 cards. Wow. I would have expected that from the jump, kind of, when it's a $25 tuck box game. I can't get over that. And maybe this is like a large... this is like tarot cards or something? So did I miss that? I don't think so. Oh, we get the mobile app. Yeah, because that's what that's what I want. It's a $50,000 jump. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's a big undertaking. We know, team. There's the people, there's the stuff, the things, shipping and fulfillment. So now we're looking at, so it's $2 extra to get you other stuff. So we're looking at $35 for a 60 card tuck box. Like, that's hard. That's a hard sell for me. And then we're going to $67? $67 if I want this tuck box game and a bunch of knick-knack paddywhacks. I mean, kudos to them. I think they squeezed every last bit of juice out of this orange that they could have got. Because, let's be quite frank, how do you feel like this would be doing if it was not attached to that other Kickstarter that had, 1,939 people who got close to a stretch goal, it looks like, and did not hit it? And once again, I still think that was a fantastic play by them to move that over there. That looks really cool. Man, that's nice looking. Yeah, wow. That looks great. Now that looks like a banger. Oh my golly. I love this, what they're doing on their last Kickstarter. Whew, okay. FAQ. Nothing. I got questions. Why does it cost so much for a tuck box game? Like, that's a lot. Like, that's a lot. Is it because the cards are so premium? What is it? I'm just curious, because there has to be a reason why the price is that. Is this an intellectual property that I don't know about? That's not yours, like a big thing. Because I just feel like I'm paying a premium somewhere along the line, and I don't see it. And that's not a good thing to bring in new people who don't give a hoot about the this other thing. Is it go? Funded in 15 minutes. So spellers became reality. Great. So they got 7 comments. So 5 comments, 2 comments. Let's check it out. See what the most engaging update is. The cards were dealt. 2 stretch goals were unlocked the first day. Dear card slingers, magic, music, and members of the thing. 5,000 stretch goal. Reaching the next goal, 50,000, means that each card would get its own unique illustration. Nice. Sorry to be a pendant, but the cards in box are going to be metallic foiled ink. The cards in box is not going to be metal. Please Also address the issue of only 4 dice being provided for an up to 6-player game. Wait. It goes up to 6 players? Because then we can talk party stuff. Because that's the other thing. You started off on a bad foot with me already, making me think it was a party game, but then going 2 to 4. Is there a way that I can play it up to 6 players? Because somebody just mentioned in the comments, and now I have questions that are not answered in the FAQ. / I went through the campaign, and I don't see them. You let off with 2 to 4. Is that it, or is it not? The word metal is in the title is wordplay metal, as in metal music. Sorry to be a pedant, but the cards in box are going to be metallic foiled ink. The cards in box is not going to be metal. Please also just, the word metal in the title is a wordplay. So the Spellwares box and cards are going to be metal. Oh yeah, it is super clickbaity. Yeah, and they put the fingers there like, oh yeah, that's, yeah. See, this would work if you were Epic Spell Wars, where they lean into that sort of thing, where they're making fun of the style of game that this is. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. Like, they literally, like, oh yeah, the crazy, like, badass, like, whatever. I would get that, but you're quite literally the exact opposite. You're the generic fantasy Spell Wars, taking ourselves serious Spell Wars. At least that's the vibe that I'm getting. So, it just looks really clickbaity. But hey, it worked. You got the most comments on it, right? The word metal in the title is a wordplay. Thank you for the feedback. We'll correct the type of description of 1 to 4 players. I am sorry for the misunderstanding. Oh. So it originally said it was 1 to 6. Ooh, that's not a good look. And then you didn't change it from a party game to the thing, and then I got questions like, where's the 6? Can I buy 2 copies and play it 6 players? Because if that's the case, that should be its own special pledge level where I could potentially stomach it a little bit easier, because the price point goes from being $25 for a tuck box game. Because once again, this is a tuck box game. Is this a large? I don't think this is a large tuck box game. I don't think they've done anything to show me this is a larger tuck box game. If they showed me the dimension of the cards, I don't think so, because once again, I'm trying to understand, and all the examples are in here, so it doesn't really tell me anything. Hey, what's up, Banjo-Kazooie? Yeah, because if these were like big tarot-sized cards or something, that's understandable. I understand that, but we don't actually say the dimension of the cards at all. You don't mention these things. And that's not good. As a customer, I need to know that. And then 15 comments, so we do not have much engagement here going on. Hi, sorry, we're not in Germany. So really? Yeah, okay. So they Google translated. Also, congrats to the already funded game, as I'm in love with the dice. Looks like a good little pocket game. One question: if it plays up to 6 people, why does it second this? Please add 2 more dice, even if you have to add it. Thanks for the feedback. We're corrected to the typo description. No. Like, that's a pretty big typo. Will the box be able to add stored sleeves? No. Unfortunately, the box probably won't be able to be big enough to hold sleeve cards. I also sleeve all my cards if possible, but Spell Wars is a small, easy-to-carry game, and calculating for sleeves would pretty much double the necessary size for the box. I hope this is not too big of an issue. It is a party game, after all. No, it's not. It's 2 to 4 players. Party game, 2 to 4 players. No, naughty. Could there be a sleeve holdable box as an add-on? Yeah, right. Actually, yeah, there probably totally could be at $25. Tuck box. They are just, guy. I'm sorry, but currently no plans to include a sleevable. Are they in the United States as well? Middletown, Denmark. No, is that that's Des Moines or Denver or something? I don't remember. There's a DE state. It's one of the boring states. What is the DE state? Delaware. God, I haven't thought about them in forever. Hopefully, we'll keep it that way. No, again, I got much love for you, Delaware. I've been through that. I've been through you. No, but the bottom line is, this is a tuck box. I don't understand why it's so expensive to ship it. I don't understand why it's so expensive to manufacture it. Or it's a larger than a tuck box, in which case you have not told me that at all. Like, everything here just I don't like. The game looks so fun. I can't wait to see it in reality. I'm curious. I don't know if I've seen order one deck. Is there a way I can change the quality of my order? We could create an ad to make it possible to add more deck to your pledge. Thanks for your feedback. Yeah, like 2 of them seems kind of like a no-brainer to me. I was hoping to get 2 of the early bird parties for one of my friends, but it still won't let me select multiple. Okay, let's check out the community. Something just feels... Okay, nothing? None? Okay. All right. Final grade for this one. Spell Wars is a fast-paced card game. Do I want it? No. No, I don't. Nothing in this page has convinced me that I really need this game, or that I need to try this game. There's no how to play video. There's no quotes from anybody. There's no, not much. There's no rule booklet. Like, come on. Like, I can't even click on the rule booklet here. So, and the price. We got to go with the price, because do I want it and how much is it are definitely connected. If this is a $15 game, it's way different than this is a $25 game, because as far as I know, this is just a standard tuck box. I'm paying $25 before shipping for a standard tuck box. And then if I want to get the premium version, which Bauer's Law says that the premium version will, 99 times out of 100, maybe 95 times out of 100, be the one, your big premium pledge level, because all the bells, all the whistles, and they completely oofed on that with a well, once again, I feel like it's hard to judge the early birds. I think by the end of the project, we'll be able to look at how many people were actually drawn into the $25 versus the $55, because, like, honestly, I imagine a lot of these people are like, yeah, I want this thing in reality because I love this RPG book and I'm so excited about it, which is great. That's great. And when I scrolled through that Kickstarter page, that looked like a much more fun Kickstarter page than this one did. Looked like a party. I want to go sit on that one. But yeah, how much is it? I'm scared out. I'm out. Especially when I know how much it costs to manufacture a tuck box. Like, this is gouge. $37 to make a tuck box and ship it in the United States of America? Like, that's no. Unless it's like Transformers, like Power Ranger, like something here. Gold cards, which are not, despite the fact your update is just cringe. But at the end of the day, I still feel like they did the best they could have done. A lot of things I think just look ugly here. I'm not a fan of a lot of the stuff. But they took a thing that was a stretch goal that didn't happen, and they turned it into something that did happen because they had so many loyal people who wanted this thing that was connected to a different universe. And so I feel like they did a great job there at getting that. I don't see many people jumping on over the next 28 days. I would not be surprised if this one just absolutely tanked in popularity. When we're talking about, say, in 2-3 weeks, 2 weeks, I would not be surprised if this was like 50, 100 below there. Just because I have a hard time seeing them get from 15,000 to that 65,000 stretch goal. That middle patch area there. Maybe they're going to have gameplay videos. Maybe there's going to have some stuff they're pulling out of their sleeve, but they're not talking about any of that. They're not showing us any of that. If I've given them their money, I don't see a reason to come back to that, especially if I look at your update and it's just like, oh, they're not actually metal, despite the fact the update quite literally says they're metal, but I know you did this thing. It's just, yeah, it's a bad taste in the mouth, I think. I'm torn on this one. I'm really torn on this one. I think I'm going to go with the 1 to 4 players thing, the 2 to 4 players, but it's actually 2 to 6 players, and then you still call it a party game. That really grinds my gears. I think that's a whole point grade bump down there. And then you're just like, oh, that was a typo. It's actually only to 4. It's just like, really? Like, what? Yeah. We'll go with a D+, C-, D+, D+. There's no quotes, no how to play video. There's no just straight up gameplay video. There's like example of gameplay, which is good. The 2 to 4, when you're calling it a party game, very generic looking, just the huge gap. Yeah, I'm going to go with a D+. Despite the fact I gave it a full point grade bump up at one point. Really? Is that where I'm at? The main image was uninspiring. The video is just bad. Like, I had no interest after the video, just showing me cars. Yeah, D+. I really think they but once again, it's funded. It's a thing. But, yeah. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Plus, get it on Board Game Geek. That's one of those things where when I see a game and it's not on Board Game Geek, I say, that's always a huge red flag for me. If you don't know this deep into the process that you probably need to get your game on Board Game Geek, that's concerning to me. So I'm going to go with a D+. Spell Wars, a fast-paced strategy card game. It is, in fact, a party game, even though it only goes to 4 players. I just... but let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for Spell Wars. And as always, if you enjoyed the content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. As I'm trying to reach 17,000 subscribers this year to make it my biggest year ever in 2023. And also, if you have any thing you want to be checked out on Kickstarter, because next week, next Tuesday is when we're going to start getting some good stuff. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye-bye.